All right, welcome back to another video. And this is going to be for all the small business owners out there. Now, if you're watching this channel, you're most likely a therapist. That's mostly who watches these videos. And I usually have to remind therapists, you are a small business owner. Yep, that's right. You are a business owner. If you're not a therapist and you're watching this video and you're a small business owner, I think you're going to find this video helpful. But yeah, I've been making videos for the last couple of weeks or so. I've been making videos the last couple of years, but recently I've started to make a video every single day. So here's another one. And what I want to talk about today is a couple things. I don't have like a formula for this video, but first off, I was just starting to get excited thinking about the new year. And one thing that was really exciting me, especially about being a business owner, is that you have this ability to set goals and to work on perhaps different projects. You can set the vision for where your business is going. There's a lot of flexibility in that area, right? As the business owner, you set those intentions. You set the direction. You're steering the ship. When you work for an agency or a bigger corporation, oftentimes you are working towards the larger institutional goals, right? And so one thing that, really excites me is being able to set those visions and those goals. And so that's what I want to talk about today. I hope even just mentioning that reignites your passion for your small business, because sometimes we can get caught in the day-to-day grind, right? Whatever it is you do for your business, as therapists, we see clients, we do clinical work, we have caseloads. You can really get caught up in that rhythm and forget about our business, right, as a whole. Where do we want it to go? What direction do we want to take it in? Do I want to start a group practice? Do I want to start a course, a workshop? All sorts of ways. It's endless what you can do. You can be really creative. And hopefully this video pulls you out of the day-to-day grind and reignites you and get you excited about what you can do in your practice. And if we really put it simply, we're really talking about goal setting. Right? And I think the initial stage of goal setting is brainstorming and getting fired up, getting excited, and recognizing that we're not just brainstorming ideas that are going to just fizzle out, but we're actually brainstorming ideas that we can bring to life because we're small business owners. That is awesome. And so, let's go through a couple things that I like to do when it comes to brainstorming, setting goals, and then seeing them come to life. And of course, this is coming towards the new year, so it's great timing for this kind of video. New intentions, new goals, but this could be done at any point, right? And so the first thing I like to do when it comes to this idea of goal setting and pursuing projects is to set aside a block of time for brainstorming, right? So I like to maybe set aside 30, 45 minutes. I'll block it off on my calendar to just sit down, maybe go for a walk, do whatever, but it's intentional time where I'm just thinking about all the different projects that I want to work on, the directions I want to take my business. Maybe it's just different pursuits. There's no real guardrails to these thoughts. I'm just kind of thinking about and writing down all the different, things I want to do. And I'm easily excitable. So there's a lot of things on that list, usually by the end of it. Anything from courses I want to take to the vision for the practice and the website and the mission statement and all things we can do as a team with my therapist, all sorts of stuff I'm thinking about. And then what I do is they're obviously all written down, right? So that brainstorming session occurs, and it doesn't have to be limited to one. You can keep an ongoing document of ideas, right? That kind of thing as well. But I do find setting aside that time is helpful. And then what I do is I take this list, this document, whatever. For me, it's like a list. And what I'll do is I will take a look at it, and I will then begin to prioritize it, right? And now prioritizing, there's all different methods for prioritizing, but I look at it at the different kind of items on there from a couple different perspectives. The first is needs, like which ones do I need to do? So for example, maybe it is, I have different kind of like educational aspirations. I want to take some courses. Are those going to help me achieve my continuing education requirements? Well, then I'll prioritize that, right? Maybe you're looking to again, making this up, maybe you're looking to purchase a car or a home, and you have a financial requirement for this upcoming year. Your goals and projects that are going to help you increase your finances might be prioritized because of that. The other way I look at these different things is through the lens of core values. So what do you really care about? What are you really passionate about, right? Are you passionate about learning, right? Are you passionate about organization? I don't really know, but you think about your core values. Oftentimes people will say, your core values are what you want your life to be about. So you can kind of think about it that way, and then kind of think about, well, which passion projects or which of my goals on here align with my core values. And usually I'll start with the ones that hit my needs and align with core values, right? And so that is the first two steps, the brainstorming session and then the prioritizing. And then third, what we want to do is, it could be, if we're doing this in the new year, for example, maybe over the next month or 2 months, we become very intentional about working on those items that we have identified as priorities or as core values, right? And so that's how you, and then so being intentional means we're going to put it on our calendar. We're going to do everything we can to protect the time around that. So let's just say, for example, I decided, I'm really going to pursue an online course in ADHD, right? It would look like setting aside time to work on that course each week that's protected. I put that on my calendar and I work really hard to protect that time. And slowly and steadily, that goal gets achieved, right? Now, I think what I'm really talking about here is, how we go from idea all the way through to kind of completion. And it's a very simplified version, right? But the other thing I'm not touching on is when we have tons of goals and passions, but we don't really have, we don't have any requirements, or, maybe none of them hit needs. We got that all taken care of already. And we just have a lot of passion projects and we're having a hard time choosing which one. When that occurs, I would encourage you to really think about your core values, right? Which project really aligns the most with your core values? And then again, we're going to set aside time, we're going to protect it so that we can really work on it. A thing I see a lot in private practice, small business ownership, is people they get a lot of ideas and then they kind of just end up not happening because they get, caught up in the day-to-day grind. They might forget, kind of the passion wears off or the excitement wears off from the initial thought. And so you want to always stay on top of these different things. And so whenever I have an idea, whether it's going to come to life or not, it goes straight into that document, right? It's a place where that lives. And I'm consistently setting aside time to review those things, to think about which projects I can pursue. So having a block of time to just look at your different projects is going to be another thing that you can do as well. And then that third and final step is when you've identified one that you have time for, we drop it onto our calendar and we protect that time and we begin to take stabs at it. Anyway, this whole thing, this excites me. Right? And so I hope it excites you. I'm not really sure. I feel like at this point in the video, I feel like maybe I'm rambling a little bit. But at the end of the day, I hope this video excites you and gets you motivated because you are a business owner. And you can take your business in all sorts of directions. So, I hope you enjoyed this and I'll see you in the next video.